Taking someone out of a fucking show is so hard because it's a massive disruption of the show. So you just have to say what's going to be more of a disruption. These people being kind of annoying or having to fucking ask them to leave and then they don't and then the show stops.
Yeah, but it's like ripping up. It's like making a decision whether or not to rip off that Band-Aid. You
Right,
know?
but
It's
then,
like get it done
but
quick
no,
and
but
then get it done,
it can take fucking. It happened at Same Heads one night. I was there and a guy just refused to fucking leave. And then you got to get the owner, and then they're like, "We're gonna call the cops. And
Yeah.
you're gonna get some shit's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?" And they're usually drunk, and they're like, "I don't care. Call the fucking cops," because they think they can convince the cops.
Yeah.
They're like, they'll see it my way. That guy wasn't funny.
Well, can you
Like,
imagine the
cops will understand.
The cops show up and
right?
it's like, listen, we talked to everybody, and you, the owner of this bar,
Yeah.
are wrong, and this guy gets to stay. And you
Yeah.
know what? He owns the bar now.
Yeah. He gets free drinks.
He gets free drinks, and you need to apologize. And
Right.
we've also looked into it. He's got a huge cock,
Yeah,
so a bunch of
huge
women.
dick.
So some of these women should go home with him. In
Right.
fact, we insist on it.
Yeah.
And then they pull out a gun.
And they
like,
pull out
"Who's
a
going
gun
home
and
with
they're
this
like,
guy?"
now.
Yeah.
Now.
This guy's like, it actually happened this time. I knew this is how it was going to go down.
Right. If
I knew Frankie D was right.
Right.
He calls himself Frankie D.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if things actually went the way drunk people think
Yeah,
things are going to
exactly,
go
yeah.
when they're like, no, fucking
Yeah.
call the cops. Let's see what happens. It's
Yeah.
like, what do you think is going to happen? It's a bar owner who's sober and you who's shit-faced to the
Yeah.
point that people were like, yeah, we would really all like it if you just got the fuck out of here.
That's a good TV series, Bro Cops, and they just
Bro Cops?
yeah,
Yeah.
and they just side with the douchebag every time.
Well, that's what Superbad was what if cops were cool was the idea. Right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
And then it's like, what if fucking cops were like a 13-year-old acted like 13-year-olds and we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go shoot some guns. That was probably the greatest comedy of our generation.
super bad.
Yeah, when I saw that when I was like 13 in the theaters, it blew my mind because I'd never seen comedy like
the
that.
problem was I'm a little bit older than you. I was 42.
Oh, yeah.
when that came out.
That's right, yeah.
So I was like, what are these youngsters doing these days? I don't understand.
You're like, they're smoking
Yeah.
reefer?
Yeah, and I went up to my son. I was like, super bad, more like super good. Am I right?
Right.
Trying to bond with him.
Right,
He was like,
right.
Shut up, Dad. He was like,
Yeah,
"He
he's
doesn't
sitting
talk
there
to me."
drawing dicks.
Yeah.
And you're like, it looks great.
Yeah.
I love the shading on the balls.
Man,
Yeah.
I drew a dick the other day at work.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's no one in the office.
That is not a fucking explanation.
Like, that's
for
a great
why.
explanation.
For why?
I was so bored at work the other day.
Yeah, I
and
just drew a dick and I was, like,
I'm
licking
just,
it.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
in the office by myself, and it was just kind of like, part of me was like, oh, I should do something I'm not supposed to do at work.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm definitely not gonna peruse porn
Yeah.
at work. That's
Yeah.
just a big no. First of all, my computer's there, and believe it or not, I have not looked up any porn on my new computer.
I looked
you
it up
know?
while you were in the bathroom.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Child porn.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so all right. Well, at least I won't get.
No,
you know.
then I had to clarify. I was like, no, porn for children. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
don't worry, FBI.
No, it's like child. What does it say? Child porn for Daniel Lewis Veza. I was
Right,
like,
exactly.
God damn it. My friend Santi did that. And it was
Right.
like, then why is the next search goes, Santi doesn't watch child porn?
yeah, exactly.
Like all that evidence is there. No, I was at work and I was so bored. I was like, I'm not gonna peruse anything sketchy.
Yeah.
But I was like, I should do something at work. I'm not supposed to do at work.
Right.
And then I just took a post-it note and I drew.
Meanwhile-
I drew a dick just to see if I still had it.
Your regular day schedule is already things you're not supposed to do at work.
What do you mean?
You're not supposed to edit video and fucking have calls with me. like your baseline is already just not doing your job.
Yeah.
So you were like,
yeah.
I gotta fucking
Well,
kick it up a notch.
It's a good thing we're riffing and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and also, you're not supposed to be
hold on.
creating Nazi propaganda, while you're at home.
I'm
so,
unemployed, and you're actually
yeah.
allowed to make Nazi propaganda if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm just saying you also do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's just for my Etsy store, though.
Yeah, okay. It's doing well.
Yeah, exactly. It's doing really well. Like we met that guy at the show who was like, "Yeah, I sell belts," and we're like, "What? Why would anyone want to buy a belt from you instead of like a store?" He was like, "They're made in the USA," and it's like, "Of course, yeah."
Yeah.
You just fucking market things as like America, and
Yeah.
people are like, "Yeah, that's the one I want."
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
made in the USA hoods and crosses. What? They're made in the USA. People love America.
It's got to be weird to be a Chinese guy working in a factory and
Right.
you're making Klan hoods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're like, oh.
I think isn't it traditionally like part of tradition that they beat their wives until they
Why do
make
these
them the,
why do these pillowcases have 2 holes in them?
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. They're for kinky.
Yeah.
Kinky fucking Hasidic.
It's like a lot of ghosts in the South.
right.
And that's what they're thinking at the factories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you saying? So what? You still got it with the drawing the dicks? How'd the dick look?
It was pretty good.
Give me a 1 out of 10.
Oh, I'd probably say like if it was on someone's forehead, a 10.
Yeah.
But just like on a post-it note, as a guy like who's almost 40,
Yeah.
then let's give it a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veins?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cum?
Yeah, it's coming.
Hairy balls?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got the
of
works.
Course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the everything bagel equivalent of. I call that an everything bagel.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, circumcised too. Then.
Yeah, circumcised. Yeah. Let me get an everything. I wonder if you went into a bagel shop and said that it would be lingo for something.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like bagel lingo. Everything bagel,
and then
toasted,
you wink,
uncircumcised.
and then there's just Coke all over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What was the? Yeah.
Are you good at drawing? Can you still draw a good dick?
I never really drew dicks, but when I draw dicks, there's no balls.
You're like, no, but I can trace them.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how you draw the turkey you put your hand down to draw the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kid, parent find out their kid is being molested because it's like instead of a turkey, it's like a dick and balls, and then they made a turkey out of that, and they're like, your turkey looks terrible.
It's like that's a great turkey. It's like, what are you talking about? That's 5 dicks.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They're like different sizes.
Yeah, no, yeah. Imagine having a thumb cock.
Yeah.
And by that I mean, I don't know what I mean. Yeah.
With like a chode, like a short stubby cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you never drew.
So wait, but all right. So you don't do calls with me while you're at work, but it is okay drawing dicks.
It was just like I felt like being bad, but I didn't feel like really being bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do anything that piss anyone off.
Well, you don't want to jerk off at work because there might be cameras you don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about that the other day. Not about doing it, but like I'm so glad I'm not at the point where like I'm not like a person that has such a like sexual desire.
Yeah.
That they have to jerk off at work. I'm sure there are a lot of people that actually like they just need to do that.
I was very horny when I was younger, and I would jerk off on airplanes just to do it. And then one time at work in New York, somebody asked me for nudes, and I didn't have any, so I went into the bathroom and kind of like got stiff, and then took a picture and sent it to them. That is hilarious. And then just washed my hands and went back to work.
That is so. Does that count?
No, I didn't come. It's not.
No. But no. But I'm saying, does that count as in a? I don't know if I would fire somebody for that.
Of course not.
If I found out.
Yeah, family first.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No. You know what I mean? Like if I found out at work that
somebody took a nude in a bathroom.
Somebody took a nude to send to somebody in the bathroom.
Well, you just have to convince them it's medicinal.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
it's medical.
Exactly.
You're like,
here's a note from my doctor.
Yeah. I had a lump on my fucking shaft.
Here's a note from my doctor. It's like, Dan's cock is great and everyone should see it. We're like, oh wow, all right.
Doctor fucks a lot.
Sir fucks a lot. Okay, yeah.
Oh, it'd be so funny if you got caught taking nudes, but it was just weird nudes. Or you're like putting a pen in your urethra, and they're like, "Hey, that's an office supply. You're not supposed to use that for that." Is that my pen? It says your boss's name on it.
It's like, why are so many? Why is the stapler missing? And it was like, I don't know. It was like, why is there this picture of you stapling your balls to your thigh? You know, that's like Steve-O at work. Yeah.
Oh, right. It's like out of the printer.
Yeah,
right. It comes out of the printer, and it's him fucking his. It's like, well, the stapler is missing. It's like, oh, I don't know anything about that. It's like, and we also found these photocopies of your balls with a bunch of staples in them.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't explain where the stapler is. And they're like, we also found this photocopy of a stapler in your asshole. Yeah.
It's like, that's my home stapler. It's like, it's got the logo on it.
Do you think right?
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. It's just work.
Office stapler. Shared.
Boss's stapler.
Yeah. And hold on.
Do not stick an ass.
Exactly. He pushes it out of his asshole, and then it says, it says right there clearly, do not stick an ass. Do you think if you stuck it most of the way in your ass with the mouth hanging out, if you squeezed your asshole, you could actually staple a piece of paper?
I was literally just thinking that.
Really?
I was literally just thinking that. Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Are we fucking hacks?
Meanwhile,
is every podcast just guys being like, all right, so what if you put a stapler in your ass?
Welcome to Up Your Ass, everybody. Where we theorize what it's like to put something in your ass.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking
very theoretical.
I was thinking, but
could you
like,
imagine?
Yeah.
How theoretical.
It's like, where's the stapler? Like, where's the hole punch going? And then someone just like puts a piece of paper up their ass and goes, kunk, kunk, you know, and they put it on. It's got like 3 holes in it.
Right.
And it's also the paper's brown now.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Well, we finished
Good.
that.
We finished the riff. We got it. What else goes in your fucking ass?
Riff done.
And then there's the guy who's like super hardcore and his ass is the water cooler. You know?
Yeah.
Glug, 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 glug. You hear the big bubbles, and people sit around talking about their weekends in sports around his ass.
Did you see Seinfeld last night?
Yeah, exactly.
Just drinking cups of
Yeah.
shit. See Seinfeld? Ugh.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about
I
it?
kind of do want to. I mean, I don't want to talk about it. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm officially the age. I'm 39. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, right?
That what?
That's old.
That we're podcasting.
Yeah. No, 30,
it's not a
39.
crazy age to be. People are that age.
Yeah, yeah.
People are not that age in podcasting.
Yeah.
And starting a new podcast.
Yeah.
But
No,
sure.
no.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think Mark Maron started his podcast like in his late 40s.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. You know. That's the thing, by the way, you do when you're 39. You have a smaller list of people who actually became successful.
Oh, yeah. There's three
at
guys.
that age.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
Louis' first special came out at 38.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like James Murphy put out his first album at 32, 33. So
Right now, there's someone in their 70s. Like Colonel Sanders didn't get started till he was like 72.
That's
Yeah.
true. Or
Yeah.
like the LinkedIn guy. Do you remember that joke that you had?
What?
Colonel Sanders? You said you were dating a girl for a couple years and you broke up, and she said, Dan, you took the best years of my life. And you said, well, only biologically. I mean,
No,
Colonel Sanders started KFC.
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember that.
70s.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, man, I forgot how
Yeah.
fucking funny I am.
Yeah. Only biologically. Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
LinkedIn guy. I mean, that's also like the saddest clickbait when they're like, they got to know your age, but they're like, 10 guys who found success
Yeah.
after 33. And
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, cool. Let me fucking click this one.
That's the thing that's when the algorithm knows everything about
Yeah,
you. They're like,
exactly.
he should be sad in 4 days, and we're gonna lay this on him. Yeah.
Also, here's an anime
it's like a
girlfriend
master
pillow.
class. Yeah, yeah.
They're like, here's 10 guys who made it. And it's also,
the
they're like, how to jerk off without your boss finding out.
the YouTube ads I'm getting now
Yeah.
are so fucking pathetic.
Yeah, what
They're
are
like,
they?
You're like, oh man, what the fuck? I need to go back to college.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I need to go back to college and get my master's degree so I can learn how to code.
Yeah. Learn
It's
to
like-
code so that you can fucking get a job where they don't mind if you jerk off in the
Yeah,
office. When
yeah,
they're like, well,
exactly.
he does have hard skills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. So you feel like you're getting old?
Feel like I'm getting old, and
Yeah.
you just gotta it's just, I don't know, I don't want to pay any attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like I'm not at like after a certain age.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 33, 34. If you start being like, it's my birthday, I'm gonna invite everyone and focus on it.
Yeah.
Then it's like, that's a little like pathetic.
Sure.
I feel,
Yeah.
like my birthday week.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're just such a fucking narcissist.
Oh,
you know?
sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's like an excuse to act like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Once a year, and you know, it's
I
my
like
birthday.
I like the German system where it's like, invite people out and you pay for everything because it's your birthday.
Oh yeah, that is
You
nice,
should
isn't
maybe
it?
do that. Starting now.
What?
I want a croissant.
What? I'm going
I
to.
would like a croissant. It's your birthday. Where's my fucking croissant? I love
We should
that.
do this new German tradition where if it's your birthday, you suck Santiago's dick.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just hang out by the fucking like what's it called? Birthday cards section
Yeah,
in the grocery
yeah.
store. Just like this.
I'm buying this for somebody. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody buys their own birthday cards. Yeah. They're like, just take me to the person.
Yeah.
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 I'm Santi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually have a birthday card, and you open it and it's just my cock gets hard, and then they
Yeah.
and my cock gets hard, and then a little gun pops out.
What the fuck? I don't get it.
You know, like the cards that there's a they move.
Yeah, the pop-up cards.
Yeah.
What's the gun for, though?
Well, they have to fucking suck my dick, or else it'll blow their brains out.
Oh, you're getting your dick sucked by gun. So it's a rape card. Okay.
Whoa,
nice.
hey,
Oh, you're
buddy,
making somebody
whoa.
suck your dick by gunpoint.
No, that's the birthday tradition. That's what they do in Germany.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Alles gut zum Geburtstag.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I thought about getting you something on the way over here, and I was like, I was to the point that I was like, I didn't get him anything, and then I was passing a cafe, and I was like, maybe I should get him a croissant with that. I don't
Fucking
know.
croissant. I got a nice. Listen, I'm going out to a nice Italian restaurant with my girlfriend.
What restaurant?
I don't know. I forget the name of
Yeah.
it, but it's in Crown Heights.
Fagliacci's.
Yeah. It's Overino's. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's called Sad Boy.
Yeah. So Dan, what do you want for our last meal together? You mean birthday meal? It's like, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's you're turning 39, so tonight you're meeting your girlfriend for your last supper. Yeah.
Do violinists play tableside breakup music?
Yeah. Yeah. They let us get you the one of you will betray me table.
Yeah.
And it's only you and her.
Yeah. I thought Judas was coming. No, not that type of dinner.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. I feel old. I feel like it's over, and I get depressed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with age was funny, and also like almost like much sadder if you focus on it for even a brief moment, is that unless you want kids, unless you have some sort of like biological like milestone that you're trying to meet, you want to have kids or you want to have a family or settle down. It makes no difference. I mean, the longer you've been in comedy without making it, it's almost like the harder it gets and the least likely that it gets.
Yeah.
So there is that, but like as long as you're willing to flush your life down the toilet year after year, no one's going to stop you.
That's true.
So you're able to just if all you want to do is flush your life down the toilet for the chance of maybe having some kind of career to where your career is just even furthermore flushing your life down the toilet, you can. So it's good news is what I'm trying to tell you.
I can't wait for this next podcast where the shot is going to just be just 2 feet dangling in front of the
2 feet dangling, and
it's you looking up.
Yeah,
you're like, so Dan, you happy with your decision?
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Dan?
That's good. I'm like, you owe me for
getting Venmo requests.
I took out ads or some shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, comedy is almost like brutal in that way where it's like at least you can get rejected from med school and then you can try again. Over. You can try again or you can give up, but nobody tells you when fucking you didn't make it in comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just fucking and then you see people and you're like someone should tell them. Yeah.
But you don't want to be that guy.
Well, you can't be that guy. It's like if you're that guy, the people like it's a community. People will look down upon you for being that guy. Like, how dare you tell that guy who clearly wasn't going to make it that he wasn't going to make it?
Yeah, it's true.
The only thing you can do is skyrocket success and then just like ignore people that you used to hang out with. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's so fucking sad. Yeah.
Is it sad?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like when people don't text me back, I'm like, good for you. It's like, Goodwill Hunting when they're like, one day we want to come fucking pick you up for the construction job and you won't be there. That'd be the happiest day of our lives. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were like, fuck, I got to lift more shit now.
It's like when I fucking when I text a comic that is on the up and they don't fucking reply to me, I'm like, wow, he made it. He made it at least past me.
That's how you know someone's making it when they're better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When you're like, hey, do you want to do this? And fucking nothing. And you're like, wow, things must be having a good year.
Yeah, it must be good.
Yeah, it must be nice.
It must be going well for Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Who I just texted at DaveChappelleFakeAccount.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little late getting over here. I took I was going to take my bike, but we're going to the city afterwards. And then I did this thing. I don't know if you don't ride city bikes, so you haven't experienced this, but
I should do it though. I should really.
Yeah, you should. I mean,
my life is getting to a point where I'm like, I can't take me 30 minutes to take. Like, it could take me 10 minutes or 30 minutes by subway.
Yeah. No, I've told you for 3 years that you should get city bike.
Yeah, I'll get city bike.
I know. Yeah. You have this thing where you should do something and then you just don't for years.
It's called being lazy.
I don't know about that, man. We could fucking take care of it right now. Anyways, so city bike, there's regular ones and then there's the electric. It's like if you don't live in New York, it's like bikes that you can take out and deposit wherever. The electric ones are very easy to ride. They cost like 12 cents a minute or something like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna take an electric over here, and then you can see on the map where they are. But the thing is, you can't reserve them. So I was walking over there. There was one electric, and I was like, great, I'll be there in 10 minutes. It'll be a breeze. And then fucking right as I get there, a guy is pulling out the electric.
Yeah.
And you just see like, because the regular ones suck cock. And I was going to take my regular bike, but we're going somewhere after this, so I don't want to have to come back here to pick up my bike.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like, fuck, I'm going to have to fucking take some tank of a bicycle. Yeah. So anyways, that was my morning. Actually, my morning was almost like embarrassingly slow. Like I woke up early, which is 9:30.
That's around when I wake up late.
I had therapy at noon, and pretty good session actually. We talked a lot about you.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You talk about me in therapy?
Of course. Yeah.
Why?
Just to get the guilt off my chest.
What
I was like, he's almost 40. I can't believe I'm wasting his time like this. I took his best years.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Only biologically.
Yeah, only biologically. Yeah. Which is,
I could have been fucking, but I could have had kids, but no.
No, we were in a car arguing.
Yeah.
You look back on your life, and it's just you and me in a car arguing.
Oh yeah.
Your life flashes before you.
No, it's us carrying chairs.
Yeah.
And then arguing in a car.
Right.
And then it's just and then be like, I can't do this anymore.
I can't fucking do this anymore.
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
taking
It's like,
turns of being one turning to the other one saying, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had like fucking 2.5 hours to kill before therapy. I asked her if we can meet earlier. She says no. And I say, fine, whatever. I bought these croissants because croissants are very, they've been on my mind. It's hard to get a good croissant.
They've been on your mind? It is hard to get
It's hard to get a good croissant. And even if there's places that do good croissants, it's not like, there was a place across the street from me in Berlin where they would bake them fresh every hour until like 2.
Yeah.
And it was €1.25. It was €1 for a regular croissant and €1.25 for a chocolate croissant, which was fucking killer.
Yeah, no.
Here it's $3.50, and they've been, unless you get there at 8, they've been sitting out for 3 hours.
Croissants are like bagels. You got a timer.
Yeah.
You got 3 hours minimum of being like, this is fresh.
Yeah.
You know?
Maximum.
Yeah. Sorry, 3 hours maximum if it's fresh. And then after that, it might as well be the next day.
Right.
Yeah. They go bad fast.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me. And especially if you go into like a Starbucks or anything. It was like, that was from yesterday. That was from 3 days. And you put a little bit of extra oil in it just to keep it a little bit moist.
Bake it in the morning, but it's from 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago.
Yeah, it's fucking so annoying.
It might as well be nothing. And they're so expensive.
And they're very stale and you can taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're so expensive, they get hard. They're not fun to eat if they're hard. So fine. I found
fun.
This
is you with a regular croissant. Wee.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
As you
no
tear
idea.
it open, steam
so I was
comes
like,
up.
I was like, fuck this shit. I found some frozen croissants, like completely, like it's the raw dough, And I was like, I'm gonna make these.
You mean like Pillsbury?
No, I mean,
like a can, or
I got them from like a fancy store.
Oh, they sell their own frozen croissants.
That I don't want to plug. Yeah, it's like the dough. It's unbaked. It's never been baked. It's not a can. It's nice.
Okay.
Right? I got a 4-pack of chocolate and a 4-pack of regular. I take it home. I read the instructions. You have to let it thaw for 30 minutes. Then you have to bake it for 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you have to let it sit for another 30 minutes. So it's a 90-minute, 82-minute process to fucking make a fucking croissant.
Yeah.
But I was up early and I was like, fine. So I let them thaw. I turn on the fucking oven. The oven somehow takes 20 minutes to reach its temperature. I go to the store to get some hot sauce because I wanted to have hot sauce, eggs, croissant. Okay.
You're such a little prince.
With runny yolk that I sop up with a croissant.
Yolk?
Yolk. There's an L in there.
But you don't pronounce it.
Yolk.
Yolk.
The yolk.
Yolk?
Yolk has an implied L that you have to imply it.
No.
Yolk.
It's a silent L.
Yolk.
Yolk.
Okay.
Yolk. I don't know how we're gonna solve this.
I'm not. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it's got the yolk.
That sounds so wrong.
So anyways, I'm going to sop it up. And I make them. I take them out. I have 1 chocolate and 1 regular. I have the eggs. I do it. And it's just 4 bites. It was like 90 minutes for me to have 4 bites. Now, were the croissants good? They were amazing. They were amazing because it was right out of the oven. They sat for like 15, 20 minutes. And then it was still kind of like doughy, where like it comes together.
It melts, and it becomes dough in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it becomes dough, and it's just like, holy fuck. That moment of having that in your mouth is just mind blowing.
Yeah,
and it's just so frustrating that. But it's like, I'm never gonna do that again. Who has 90 minutes? I don't. You
got a plan.
The difference between me, I know, but the difference between me wanting food and me having food is 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I want it, and then I'm making it, and that's it. I don't have the fucking time to. It took all morning because then you're just sitting around like, oh, I got 20 minutes until the next thing.
There's no fresh croissant place near you?
No, there's one that it's like they clearly get them off a truck. Where
sound like mafia.
No, I've fucking seen the truck.
They fell off the croissant truck.
Yeah.
You know?
No, there's a guy comes with a fucking truck and gives them all their pastries, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit sucks. And it's also expensive.
Yeah, I mean, most donut shops do that. They don't make their own croissants and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You gotta do it yourself, or you gotta find. I think there's a couple in the East Village. I know there's a couple maybe in Park Slope, and there's this place Choice Market, which is good by Klassen, which I think if you get there at 8, they bake them themselves.
Yeah.
But that's 20 minutes for me.
Yeah, I mean, you just need a place with high turnover for any good baked good stuff.
Yeah, or show up at opening.
Yeah. The bagel place, I guess we're not doing plugs.
Yeah.
I can say this place is kind of corporate.
Yeah.
But
which one?
Well, what do you mean which one?
What bagel place?
I shouldn't say the name. I thought we weren't plugging.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
BK Bagel.
You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, no.
You fucking corporate sellout whore.
Jeff Bezos presents Amazon Bagels.
Fucking sicken
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
How's your ass feel now
Dell?
that it's full of fucking
Dell
everything
computer.
bagel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Textured.
But what they do, I mean, they turnover is so high.
Yeah.
That it's like you go in, and if you order a sesame or an everything or a plain, it's just going to be out of the oven. I mean, it's not going to be in there more than 20 minutes. No.
BK Bagel?
No.
The one on
I'm sorry.
Kosciuszko.
No. Oh, sorry. I'm fucking them up. Brooklyn Bagel
All
in
right.
the Village.
All right, you're on fucking watch BK Bagel. We're
Yeah.
fucking calling you out. Your
BK
bagels suck our dicks.
BK Bagel's very bad. Don't go to BK
Yeah.
Bagel. Brooklyn Bagel in the Lower East Side
Yeah.
is much better.
Good.
And it's kind of a chain, but they churn out
Yeah.
bagels all the time. So you
Nice.
go there, and sometimes you cannot touch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, can I get a bagel? They're like, sure. Ooh, and they
And
give it to you.
You think that's better than Bagel Belly?
What it is better than Bagel Belly because the turnover, because it's such
Better-
a popular
Better
place.
than Knickerbocker?
Only because of not because the recipe's better.
Because of the turnover.
Because
it's for
yeah,
freshness.
because it's in a very popular place where you're getting it right out of the oven. I mean, you crack it open and steam comes out.
I can't. It's difficult for me to imagine a more autistic topic than us talking about bread for 30 minutes.
This is great, dude.
Just us sitting here fucking. Yeah, I can imagine. I would like to try it. You know what? We're gonna be there today. If you want, I'll get you a bagel before your fancy dinner with your girlfriend for your
No,
birthday.
I'm not doing that. Yeah.
No. Here's you don't understand. I want to get you a bagel for your birthday to ruin your fancy dinner, so that I feel good about myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I can't. I had bagels with
Yeah.
Santi. She'd be like, wow, did he fuck you too?
Oh really?
What?
Do you think she would know that we're fucking if I got you a bagel?
What? Yeah, she'd probably
Yeah.
be. Yeah, she'd probably be into it.
Oh, but maybe don't tell her that you ate it off my balls.
Yeah. Also, there's always shit on my dick when I show up.
Oh, right,
Yeah, she's like,
yeah.
is this Santi shit? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
This is dog shit.
Yeah, but surprisingly, I only fucked his throat.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
We're in Acton, Coney Island. You should
Yeah,
come by.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the gayest.
Yeah.
Um,
The gayest man on earth. That would be
yeah.
so funny.
It's a Coney
As
Island.
a circus, Coney Island. It's like, what makes you the gayest man on earth? He's like, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah.
You're like, which act is it?
It's like, anyway, it's a scam. That's just a bearded lady. They're
Yeah,
straight. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. It was like this was very risque in the 50s when this
Right.
was popular. But
It's just right, exactly. It's a homosexual.
yeah,
It's like, how do we know you're a real homosexual?
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that thinks he's a woman.
And they're like,
You know?
look at the stool, and he's actually sliding down the stool because it's going all the way up his ass.
I do wonder. Have you been to Coney Island?
Yeah. I used to
have
work
you-
there.
Yeah, have you? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. Well, what were you, ladies and gentlemen? The man who can drive nails into his balls. It's like, what? You told me I was gonna be the bearded lady. Yeah,
Right.
like fuck. Yeah, it's like yes, after we remove your cock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's like other jobs where they're like, hey, we had a cancellation. We need you to be
Yeah.
a dwarf.
Yeah, but there was
Yeah.
put these shoes on your knees and walk
Yeah.
around on your. You're like,
Yeah.
man, the people were easily convinced.
Right.
You know, in the 30s.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because if you've been there, I remember going there when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
You know, there was a bearded lady there
Yeah.
who was, and it was a real condition she had.
Yeah.
She was like, this is the name of the whatever the
Yeah.
fucking, genetic, thing
It's
that I
sad
have.
when they tell you a
and
medical condition.
and then she was like, no, it's real. Like, come here and tug on it. And
Yeah.
it was like a cute girl with
Yeah.
like a beard,
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering if everything is so open now
Of course,
that she doesn't even have a career.
right. Yeah. It's actually
They're like bearded lady.
wokeness ate the sideshow freak show career because now they're just hot people in Bushwick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
Now they're just fucking models for
Yeah.
H&M who's like, look at this.
yeah.
Fucking somebody, it's a real thing. Like people who have like the
But in the 30s, it was like, come
splotchy
see.
skin.
Yeah.
whatever that condition is called, where you're like depigmentation of certain parts of your skin. Those people
Yeah.
are all like in magazines now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think it looks cool.
Of course it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I also fucked the bearded lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have bad news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it?
But it was really a sailor. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a sailor?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. Is that
Yeah.
why you had chlamydia?
Yep. And an eye patch.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Is that why he
And-
made his parrot watch?
Yeah. That's not a cuck. That's a parrot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just wondering if like they don't have any.
Stop resisting.
Yeah. Whoa. You trained him to say that, and like he knows. He knows.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
well, we do sail around the world.
Yeah. I was wondering that, but have you seen the bearded lady at the? You said you've been to Coney Island, right?
Yeah, but I didn't go to like Ripley's Believe It or Not or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm
that
just
is.
wondering if that's completely
The
done now.
Freak show.
If that's even considered. It's like the tolerance show now.
No. Right. It's a woke Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, this guy's unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
How could you do that? Right?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. This guy only believes there's two genders.
Yeah. He's like, what?
Yeah.
No. What a
Exactly.
freak. It's the Museum of Canceled.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just like Paula Dean's just there.
Yeah.
She's like, narrating the whole
Just
thing.
fucking eating butter.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, is that the fucking fattest woman on earth? They're like, no, she said the N-word once.
Yeah.
And everyone's there like, wow, we could never imagine saying that.
The museum of people that said the N-word.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a pretty big museum. Yeah. It's just Coney Island. That's
Yeah,
all it
it's
is.
just a mirror.
Yeah. No, it's just like the beach of like New York. Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Mm.
Coney Island. Coney
Yeah.
Island.
We should go back. We had fun when we went there, right?
No, we walked around in fucking jeans on a super hot day on the beach, and then we walked up and down it when New York was completely shut down.
Yeah.
And we saw Puerto Rican guys listening to music, and we were like, Coney Island's very Puerto Rican. Did you
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah.
And then we
yeah.
went home and realized it was the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
That's true.
We were
Yeah.
like, God damn, is this place always so Puerto Rican? There's the flags and the Puerto Rican music. And
And then we went home and it was still going on. I was like, look, they're doing a march. The
Right.
Coney Island Pride Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't Seinfeld get in trouble for the Coney Island or for the Puerto Rican Day Parade? They got in trouble for that episode because it showed like harmful stereotypes of Latinos that are also completely true. It was like people just dancing in the street
Yeah.
and robbing white people.
That was a weird episode.
It was like there was traffic. Yeah, I
I'm
don't
glad.
know.
I'm glad I saw the director's cut.
That's so funny. The idea that like Seinfeld would be edgy. To me, it's not an edgy show. So it's just like
no, people look for the edge, though. You know what I mean?
But it's just like, Jerry, did you date that girl? It's like, no, I don't know. She's got big hands. And also Puerto Ricans are late on their rent.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like, how did that episode come to be? They're like, Michael Richards wrote it.
Yeah, no, I was about to say.
I see.
It's all the Kramer.
It's
yeah.
all coming together.
Yeah.
It's so funny if you think about Kramer as just like incredibly racist looking back on the show, right?
Yeah, it's like Kramer's blooper reel. You don't even want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was super intense on set and would like get really mad at people for fucking up their lines and call them unprofessional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was a weird guy who. He was a problem with him.
Would you have him on the podcast? I would.
Of course I would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't think he's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just completely weird and was like out of touch and didn't know what he was doing.
No,
at
I
the
thought
time.
he was a guy who got on a fucking stage. He shouldn't have been on stage, but he was famous, so they put him on with zero experience or very
Yeah.
little.
No,
and
just
he-
not
he
zero
thought-
experience, but he hadn't done it in 20-something years.
Well, he thought he was going to be super edgy.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was just like, oh, that's not edgy. That's
Yeah.
just racist.
Yeah, it's really, really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
But he paid for it, so it's cool. He was like the first canceling.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure that people were canceled before, but
No,
we
it was
just-
the first
we
like
just
I got
didn't-
you on cell phone.
Yeah, that you know about.
But no.
Yeah.
well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did they have Rodney King on cell phone?
that was a video.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you think somebody was like, oh my
Somebody
God,
had
a
a
police beating.
camcorder?
Yeah, and someone
Yeah.
actually like take out a camcorder and like make sure the batteries were filled.
Yeah.
They're like, keep eating them. It's charging.
Yeah. Hold on. We
charging.
need another tape. Hold on. This tape is full.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got my home videos.
It's like some kid's bar mitzvah, and then it cuts to Rodney King beating, and then
a guy has
and
the
it goes
Rodney...
right back to the bar mitzvah. He's like, Eloheinu Melech. You're like, wow.
Or it's like you bring the Rodney King video and you're like, I'm going to sell this to CNN, but then your kid taped like fucking Ghostbusters on Comedy Central over it.
Yeah.
There's just ads for Girls Gone Wild. Meanwhile, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That was my...
Yeah, poor Rodney King, and then he got slimed afterwards. Yeah. Oh, man, that floating green cop was up to no good.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Thank God Bill Murray was there
You try to play
to
it off.
stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd. I was at a bar yesterday. I was at the bar where we did that show, and then the guy, there was a movie playing, and I was like, what is this? And he was like, it's Ghostbusters. There's like a New York guy, it's like, it's fucking Ghostbusters. And I was like, oh, I didn't recognize it. He was like, yeah, it's the new one. Not really into it.
Was it the woman one?
It's the woman one. And I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, not for me. I like the original.
Yeah, but of course.
Hold on. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And I was like, oh, that's fine. And he goes, well, not because of the cast. I love the cast. I love the women. It's just the writing in this one is not as good. And I was like, all right, dude, I don't care. Like, I love that. It's just clearly like an actual Brooklynite, you know, a guy who fucking has to adapt to all the new pussies in the neighborhood. Who's always like, I wish they had more non-binary people in it. I just think the writing could have been punchier.
Meanwhile, he's like reading off a cue card.
Right,
like,
exactly.
he's like, there's probably like a website or a Facebook group. And it was like, if you're around a hipster, this is how you have to say it, or they will get pissed.
Right, all the drinks are like, would you like a Love is Love cocktail? You know?
Meanwhile, the name of the bar was
Basic.
Basic. Yeah. Very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I got that video. I loaded some videos. We can play videos on this now.
All right, if you want, yeah.
Yeah, I did the...
Let's do it at the end in case it really drags.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, in case because it might be a lot for you to edit out.
Well, it is the PBS NewsHour incomplete. Yeah.
How about Mystery Science Theater 3000? But they're just roasting like C-SPAN.
Yeah. It's Mystery Science Theater 3000, but I couldn't get the audio to work.
Yeah.
So,
did you see?
So I bet you they're saying something funny right now, Santi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If only we could hear.
Right.
I don't.
Did you see What's Up, Tiger Lily? Do you know what that movie is?
No.
It was Woody Allen's first movie. I think he bought the rights to a Japanese spy movie, and then they just overdubbed the voices.
Is this new, or this is his first
No, it was
movie?
in like 67 or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And he just overdubbed the voices?
Yeah, it was like his first film project. Yeah,
and
they just overdubbed the voices.
So I'm assuming it's Woody Allen doing an offensive Asian accent for an hour and a half.
No, he doesn't even do it. It's like, hey, we gotta go. We gotta go back to
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's funny to think that like that guy, as iconic as he is, just started out when they were like, oh, we can just get the rights to this and just be like,
oh yeah, but
like, he goes to get a gun and it's like.
You know, I was thinking this the other...
And she goes, oh, it smells like fried rice in
here.
here.
Yeah, I was thinking this the other...
like blindfolded.
Yeah, I was thinking this the other day is like, it's like, first of all, comedy, like, it's just better when it's dumb.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
As soon as you smell somebody making a point, you're like, get this away from me. This fucking stinks.
And sometimes when I hear a point and I'm laughing at it, I was like, you fucker, you weren't being funny. You just tricked me into laughing. Yeah. But like I was just watching Jackass the other day, just like the TV show, and just watching them sled down a hill, like into a porta potty, and I'm like, this is I'll never be better than this.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing I'll ever do will beat something like that.
It'd be funny if he slams into a porta potty, his dick gets sliced off, and they're like trans rights.
Yeah,
like that was the point of Jackass, and you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, it's like, goddamn, everything's a point now.
Right, everything has a fucking point now.
But I was thinking that nothing will ever be funnier than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't. I think you had to watch it when you were a kid to have that warmth in your heart, giving a fuck about Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pray for Bam every day.
I don't know anything about the guy.
Bam is not doing well.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
What do you know? What do you know about him?
Well, he's like
he was on Cometown. You heard that?
Oh really?
Yeah. They got him on like a year ago, and then. He was kind of a mess.
Yeah, he's just a mess of a person. He's, he's like his speech is all fucked up, and he's just like I really just feel like he's just been they've bombarded his brain with pills.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know left from right, up from down anymore, or what direction he could go. Yeah, and it's not that they just trot him out. He just trots himself out, really. And he's just completely out of his mind, and he got kicked off of Jackass 4.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, you're too crazy and on drugs right now.
Yeah.
So you can't be part of this movie.
Wow. Imagine being such a mess you can't do Jackass at pushing 50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or Bam was the younger one, right? Johnny Knoxville's 49 in that. They talk about it.
Yeah.
So what, that guy had to be somewhere in his 40s.
Yeah, and basically all of them are sober now, except for Bam, who's like cannot get his shit together.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So now it's just like this fat, bloated guy like trying to skate, and he's like, and when he has these Instagram rants, and I just look at them, I'm like, poor Bam.
Yeah.
You can do it, Bam. But I grew up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. You love them.
It's like it's like it's like your brother who's an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel bad for it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's see. What do we got? The girl I'm seeing, she asked me my fucking pants size. I think she got tired of me wearing like elastic band fucking basketball shorts. And then 2 days later, she was like, I've just found a box of clothing. It's all in your size. It still has the tags on it. She told me where it was, so I picked it up. It was like right by the city bike where I was docking it. And I got like fucking 3 or 4 sets of shorts out of it, 2 t-shirts. There was also a blazer which might have fit you.
I'm a little bit confused. She left a box of clothes outside.
She was like, I just walked past a box of clothing. It's at the city bike if you're interested.
Oh, okay.
But I checked and it's all got tags. It's all new.
Yeah.
And it's all your size.
You can still shit in a pair of pants with tags. Did you know that?
Oh yeah. I ate it.
Yeah.
I ate the shit, so it's not a concern
nice
anymore.
And clean. Yeah, exactly. You looked it clean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, wrung it out.
Squeegeed it out. So she's fucking... It's almost embarrassing to the point where, like, your girlfriend is like, can you just wear pants?
Does she not like the way you dress?
I don't think... she doesn't... I don't think she cares.
Because she's like a fashionista.
Yeah, she dresses well. She buys and sells clothing. I think she... I don't think she cares. I don't think it bothers her. I don't think she has strong opinions about it, but I'm sure that she would prefer if I didn't look like dog shit all the time.
Do you look like dog shit though?
I do. I do, and it's just a lot of people in New York look like dog shit.
Laura calls you. She's like, she sees the way you dress. She's like, oh, hipster.
Really?
Yeah. She goes, man bun hipster, and I'm like, I don't think he's a hipster, and she goes, I think he's a hipster.
Yeah. That's funny. I guess I don't feel like one, but maybe that's because I fucking live in this part where you see actual hipsters who are like,
yeah,
people
who really go for
really
it.
Lean into it.
Yeah,
and it's also like hipster is a very outdated term. Like it was a thing in the early 2000s or the 90s when it was like nobody had beards or fucking glasses or whatever the fuck these guys. Nobody had mustaches.
Yeah,
and these guys also were clearly dressing in ways to be pretentious and get attention. Like that's all of Brooklyn absorbed that. Now it's all like 50% that. And most people in Brooklyn are 50% that or just basic as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that bit you never do that you should bring back.
Yeah.
The other day, like
what the more interesting you try and look, the less interesting you are.
Less interesting you are. It's like if you dye your hair blue, I know you're not a freak.
Yeah.
You're too busy trying to find piss to drink than dye your hair.
Yeah. Real freaks are they're trying to find fucking piss, whereas you're in your kitchen dyeing your hair blue trying to be like, aren't I crazy? Real crazy people are doing crazy shit.
Yeah, and they're also not trying to draw attention to themselves, because the actually real shit is going. Like, I'm not gonna dye my hair blue. I don't want, like, my house is filled with bodies. You know,
right.
It's like,
and it's also like, I don't know,
I'm trying to blend in.
What if some guy is gonna let me drink his piss and then he's like, oh, blue hair, it's a little try hard.
But do you think there's only do you think there's no more red flags?
No, you can still look like a douchebag.
Like a neck tattoo used to be a major red flag that this guy was dangerous.
Well, it was edgy, and then it got assimilated, and same with face tattoos.
So I'm saying,
now it's almost like
what's the red flag
now?
now?
Models have face tattoos now. You know? What are the red flags? I mean, in terms of like, you can still tell when people dress in a way that's meant to shock. You can still shock by being like, mostly naked. If you're a guy, fucking wearing a Speedo is still kind of like people look at it and they're like, ugh, you know?
Yeah.
Anything that makes you go, ugh.
Yeah, but is there any, okay.
Having fucking 20 different colored hair with gel in it and shit like that.
No,
I mean,
I don't think that's a red flag
cool
anymore.
You look like you're trying very hard. All I see when I fucking see people with elaborate outfits, that it's like, do you think that fucking dressing a certain way is transgressive? Do you think that you're fucking somehow challenging society? Because that's the whole. A lot of it is like, yeah, you have to queer the narrative and the way that you dress and present yourself. It's you're pushing against society, and it's like, no, you're not. You're fucking masturbating, right?
Yep.
You look stupid, and you're fucking jerking yourself off about it. Now I have to fucking sit there, you know.
And like, it's weird. Are you projecting?
And then they're like, are you offended by the fact that I'm non-binary? It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care at all.
And it's also like you're walking down the street and you're projecting people's reactions. To
right.
Like, everybody thinks everybody's freaking out right now, but in reality, everyone's like, look at this trying hard. Yeah. That's it's pathetic. So
yeah, but so no, I think hipster is kind of dead, and everybody just kind of like absorbed. Like, you know, everybody has fucking beards are very popular now, and then and now it's not shocking if somebody has a mustache or a beard or vintage clothing or a fucking man. It's all just whatever. But I guess I could see where she calls me a hipster in that, like, I don't dress like I have a job. I mean, I don't have a job right now. But like, I don't dress like
when you did have a job, you didn't dress like you had.
Yeah,
a job.
yeah. I don't generally dress very well.
If I saw you, in fact, I don't think I've ever seen you in a suit.
Why? But nobody wears a fucking suit.
I think you've seen me in a suit.
A suit is a sign that you either have a very douchey job, so you either work in finance, and I don't even know if those guys wear suits, or you have a bad job, which is like you fucking work at Kohl's.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah,
like a suit doesn't mean anything good anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You're selling fucking cars.
Yeah, you're selling cars, or you fucking grind babies into a paste for profit on Wall Street. You know.
Man, baby grinding's down, guys.
It's not cool. I think it's
Come on.
I think it's a UK thing though. All the UK guys wear a lot of suits. I think that's part of their work culture a lot more. It's a lot more dressing formal, you know.
Yeah, I just can't imagine having to wear suits and put them on every day.
Yeah, that shit sucks, dude. I can barely wear a fucking tank top. I walk around like shirtless in my apartment. I'm like, I don't know if this is annoying for people, but I don't want to. It's hot as fuck.
I think you're allowed to. I think when you're in the apartment, this is my roommate assumption.
Yeah.
When you're in the apartment, as long as you're not being gratuitous, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I would never tell someone to put a guy to put their shirt on in the apartment.
But I had a subletter.
Your dick has to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Your pussy has to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Tits are no go for girls.
Prolapsed anus.
Yeah. Got to tuck it back in.
Tuck
it back in.
Exactly. No rosebud here, buddy.
Yeah. So that's what it says on the carpet. Welcome, no rosebuds.
Yeah, rosebud never let go.
Yeah.
What was the fuck? No, Rose.
You know, that's
Titanic.
what Citizen Kane was about.
Yeah.
Actually.
A guy prolapsing his anus.
Yeah. He was just, as he clutched his sled, he goes Rosebud, and it was named after his prolapsed anus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you the director's cut.
Citizen Payne.
Yeah. Black and white and red. Yeah.
And red all over.
Yeah. That's the one thing they added red to.
Yeah.
They painted each screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, I had a subletter once who just showed up, and then he would just like hang out in the living room with his shirt off with a little boombox, but he didn't ask anybody if he could do that.
The noise is annoying.
Yeah, but it's also just the like, if you fucking go, if you're gonna get something from the fridge with your shirt off, that's fine. But if it's like, I'm just hanging out here, it's like, go fuck yourself a little bit, you know?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I think if it's hot, you have the right to be comfortable.
Ugh. Nah.
And I've had women that I've lived with just have to be like in their underwear because it's a super hot day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, hey.
Is that why you fucking that's why you turn the oven on just to see your roommates in their underwear?
Yeah. Just turn the heat up all the way.
Leave the oven door open.
And I was like, listen, it's your house. You can make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be right here smoking a cigarette in the corner of the room.
I'm just gonna be right here grilling in your bedroom.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here in the silhouette like it's True Lies.
Yeah, but I will say I never saw that movie. I will say that
you never saw that movie.
Pants are so hot. Real pants, real shorts. It gets so hot. Why are we wearing I want short. I want the fucking call me by your name, like short. They apparently had to edit out his balls when he was dancing because the shorts were so short. I want that. I actually have a pair of shorts that I got like online, but they're like so thin that you can completely see the outline of my cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the point that it's almost like I feel like I'm fucking.
Is that a herpy bump?
Right.
You need to trim your pubes.
Right.
Yeah, you can see the outline of every pube.
Yeah. Exactly. You see, it's just one pube, and you're like, "Wow, everything is everything." You
Yeah.
have like a spiritual awakening by looking at my one pube that I can extend all the way out here, and then I let go of it, and it recoils into a bush.
Oh wow, that's what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like Goldilocks.
Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Rapunzel. What's
Rapunzel.
Goldilocks?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Goldilocks is the Three Bears things. Rapunzel is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, she lets down her pubes.
Yeah, pubic hair Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
climbing up, there's crabs.
That's definitely a porno, you think? Rapunzel let down your pubes?
I would imagine there would be a giant dick that the woman would suck all the way up as she climbs.
What?
And then she cradles the balls at the bottom of the tower.
The whole point is she has long hair.
Yeah, I know, but something big that you could climb up. I would imagine would be a guy. You'd climb up the cock. Listen, we'll both make our own versions of it.
Yeah, we'll see which one fucking sells.
Listen, did you read the script I gave you?
Yeah. She's just with a brush, just brushing her pubes, brushing her long pubes, like sitting by the window, just wishing a man will come.
Yeah, dreaming.
And then they're like, "Why won't anyone rescue me?" And they're like, "Trim your pubes. Your pubes are too fucking long."
Like, but how's someone gonna climb up? Just go downstairs. Go downstairs. You're not locked in anything.
The guard left because your pubes are so gross.
Yeah.
Just it doesn't have to be shaved clean. Just fucking trim them a little bit. It's a fucking mess. Just sitting there by the window.
Who will go down on me? The princes are like, you got to take care of it. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. She puts sugar cubes in her pussy so a horse will lick it out.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, it would stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan of shorts. I found. I mean,
no, you're not a fan of pants.
Pants. Yeah, but even shorts. Shorts are too hot. Real clothing is.
I
too
don't
hot.
like the way my legs look, so I wear pants all the time.
Oh, that's funny.
Always pants, and I gotta say, when I'm alone in the house wearing shorts, and then when I go out real quick just to pick something up, and I just don't feel like putting pants on, I just keep my shorts on. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
just wear shorts,
preferable. Man. My legs are, I gotta
very thin or what?
But they're very thin. They're covered in swastikas. They say I'm gonna kill Santi 2 weeks from now.
Right.
They have all these things. Yeah.
They have the tally marks.
Yeah.
How many days left?
Yeah. Till I kill you. Yeah. And so people aren't into them in this neighborhood.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm just not I just don't feel like I look good in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not meant to be taken seriously.
Don't take this the wrong way.
It's the face.
Yeah, I don't think it's...
It's the face and attitude in the words you say.
Are you like, oh, shorts, I look bad now, but then you put on pants and you're like, well, now I look like a fucking man. You look how you look. Just fucking at least make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
All right. You're right, Santi. Dick out from now on.
Whatever you need, man.
Umbro shorts.
All right, I found a funny, interesting story. I mean, I actually brought a bunch of scam shit. If you want to talk about it,
yeah.
But I found this news article that I thought was entertaining. Did you read about the last Jew in Afghanistan?
I mean, sounds like starring Daniel Day-Lewis.
Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, he's running in slow motion out of Afghanistan.
This would be so great to make a movie. So it's
I want to do a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis as a Jew.
Yeah.
It's called The Jew.
He's fucking method acting, so he stops tipping.
Yeah. This is how you know he's anti-Semitic. He's like, let me do a method acted.
Yeah.
I'm so annoying. Give me your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does the. He talks like this.
Yeah.
He does the actor's enunciation. It's drafty in here.
Yeah. I'm going to open a bank.
Right. Afghanistan's it was in Haaretz. Is that a Jewish fucking thing? Is that like a newspaper?
It sounds like it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one that reached out to us?
Yes. Yeah.
So like your balls?
Yeah.
Afghanistan's last known remaining Jew allegedly demanded a financial payment from a group of volunteers working to facilitate his evacuation from Kabul. following the Taliban takeover this week, refusing to leave when his request was rebuffed. So he asked for money to leave.
Yeah.
And they said no. And so he's like, fine, I'm going to stay in Afghanistan, in Taliban, Afghanistan. Israeli-American businessman Moti Kahana has been involved in several controversial, high-profile exfiltrations of Jews from Middle Eastern countries. He told Haaretz on Wednesday that while 62-year-old Zubalon Zimentov, that's his fucking name.
Yeah.
Zubalon Zimentov initially agreed to be evacuated. He subsequently conditioned his exit on the receipt of personal financing. The guy who's trying to get him out.
So that means you pay for it or you give me money?
You give me money. It's like, if I'm going to leave, I need some money.
Okay.
They're trying to save him in a country that's being taken over by radical.
Yeah.
You know. Right. Like when people talk about Sharia law, like they're actually talking about enacting that in Afghanistan.
They said they are going to enact it. Yeah.
He goes, I'm not paying Jews to save their own lives. I'm here to help. I'm not here to pay you to save your life. That's what the guy who tried to get him out said. Okay, fine. Anyways, this guy is great because in an interview with Hebrew Weekly, Kahana said part of the reason this guy, Simintov, had not left for Israel was due to the fact that he had long refused to grant his wife a religious bill of divorce, a.k.a. a get. So he's he doesn't want to leave the country because if he goes somewhere else, he's gonna have to get a divorce from his wife who's trying to get money out of him.
That is so fucking funny.
American officials informed him
Can you imagine hating your wife so much
that you stay in occupied Afghanistan?
Yeah, no, first of all, you flee like to Taliban. Afghanistan. It's not like it was nice there before.
I think that's where he was. I think he's from there or around there.
All right.
Yeah. But then I think his wife moved to Israel, and he's just like staying in places where the divorce can't be forced on him.
Oh, that's so funny.
Right. American officials informed him that the United States.
God, do people hate their wives?
Yeah. It's so hilarious. The U.S. had flown a rabbi into Kabul in the early days of American occupation to assist him in granting his wife a divorce via video, but the guy just didn't show up. They fly a fucking rabbi out to get you the divorce. He doesn't show up. And then he says they even offered him a case of single malt scotch, but the guy refused. The guy said he was very stubborn, but also generous and quite fun. So apparently they hung out, they had a good time. I don't know. He's a carpet and jewelry merchant, and he runs a synagogue there. All right. Born in the Afghan city of Herat.
Okay, so he's a guy from the region.
He was home to hundreds of Jews. He eventually, I guess not anymore, since he's the last one in the country.
In my head, this was like a guy from New York, and he was like, "I want a divorce," and he goes, we're going to Afghanistan."
Right, right.
Yeah. Fucking never are you going to get this get.
Well, it's even funnier to think that everywhere in the world, like even in like third world war torn countries, they're like, my fucking wife, are you busting my balls here?
Yeah.
They're like, literally the country's on fire and they're gonna exterminate you. And he's like, yeah, I mean, have you met my ex? So it's like a Rodney Dangerfield bit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like the Taliban are coming. It's like my fucking wife. It's like the fucking Taliban's gonna take care of this.
Right,
they're like, come on, my pain in the ass wife.
Right. So he lives in the synagogue, which he renovated in Kabul's Flower District. Without him around, the synagogue will shut down, ending an era of Jewish life in the country that is believed to have been around for 2,000 years. Anyways, he became the country's last Jew upon the death of Yitzhak Levy in 2005. The pair famously did not get along, and in 1998, Levy wrote to the Taliban interior minister to accuse Simintov of theft of Jewish relics. Simintov retorted by telling the Taliban that Levy ran a secret brothel where he also sold alcohol. So it's just these two Jews telling each other to the radical Muslim, right? The radical Muslims. And then the Taliban was so annoyed by their constant fighting that they threw them in jail, but they eventually kicked them out once they continued to fight inside the prison.
That's unbelievable.
This is in a Jewish fucking newspaper.
Yeah. This is God, the stuff that happens. First of all, I love how wherever you are, if you're Jew, you're a Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just like constant nagging and fighting
right.
and like, getting into it. And then like even in prison, they're like still a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll take over the country.
The one Jew?
Yeah, the one Jew, the last Jew.
Right. Anyways, and then the Taliban spokesperson replied that I don't know the last Jew, but we're not harming minorities, so they're like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah. So that's the story of the last Jew in Afghanistan, which is what a character.
But I like this guy.
Also, yeah, I like him too. He's a fucking massive asshole.
Yeah.
People are always like dance to the beat of your own drum. It's like, have you met someone like that?
They're no good, man.
They're fucking
they're
disasters.
no good. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a reason why they had to make their own drum.
It's also funny that he's got the only synagogue in the country. There's no Jews. What's it for? What's the point?
I'm sure, he probably sells booze in it,
Sure.
Probably a brothel.
Right.
Right.
So I did that. I looked into that, and then the other scam story that
it was just like an air hockey table and a pool table in the basement.
Yeah.
It's just a club he hangs out with. He hangs out in.
Yeah, sure. He's got like a tax exempt status.
Yeah.
That's also bullshit, by the way. I mean, fucking.
Well, I always thought of that as like a scam. Just like, how great would it be to start your own church?
Oh, you can't. Well, I mean, I think you need a certain number of people to get recognized.
I don't think it's that many.
It's like 10,000, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lot.
What? That's nothing. We know people with 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, doesn't mean they're going to join your church.
No, but they don't need to officially join. They need to sign a fucking form.
Oh, really? So you need 10,000 signatures?
Or I think 10,000 is maybe the cutoff for a cult. I know that I've read the number 10,000 somewhere.
I'm just afraid that like I'm going to start my own like religion just like as a goof, and then I'm going to die, and then God's going to be like, yeah, I said no to that.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was like, I'm just trying to get out of fucking taxes, God. He's like, no, you got to pay those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And just go right to hell. Yeah.
That would be funny. God is just the American government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you go up there and you're like, I'm a Muslim, and they're like, no, sorry, we have a ban on those countries.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
From Saudi Arabia,
pretty
and
much.
he's like, no, God is actually just American fucking values.
God just looks like Trump, and you're like, oh fuck, man,
Yeah.
like that's the haircut of God. He's like, no, I like it like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a comb over. It's just the 80s were my time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then I don't know. I mean, I looked up some scams online. Every scam is kind of the same. They all kind of like blend together. I saw there's drug dealers in Lisbon. Some guy put on a GoPro, and he was like, there's all these drug dealers in Lisbon that they just come up to you and try to sell you drugs, but it's just like oregano or crushed up Tylenol. And then he went to a cop to talk to a cop, and was like, is there anything we can do about this? And he was like, well, no, because technically they're not selling drugs.
Yeah.
They're not selling anything illegal.
I used to buy tons of, I got ripped off at drugs. The
Really?
first time I ever tried smoking weed, someone was just selling me oregano.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was smoking
Is that
oregano
true?
I was smoking
At what
oregano.
age?
I don't know, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In school?
In school. Yeah.
Do you think your dad would have been pissed if he found out that you got ripped off?
Why you keep on asking? You always state questions of what would my dad think of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're obsessed with what my dad's opinion on my life is.
Yeah.
But you're like, what would your dad think of this?
Would your mom have been pissed?
If I was getting ripped off?
Yeah.
They'd probably be like, they probably wouldn't think much of it. You're like,
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like idiot.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking stupid 12-year-old kid,
Like, do you think it's better to catch a kid with weed or with oregano? It's almost like worse to catch them with oregano.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's almost like sadder. It's like, fuck, my kid is dumb.
Yeah. It's weed is like a rite of passage and it's something to be expected.
Right.
But oregano means that you need to learn how to not be a sucker.
Right. Yeah.
And but here's the thing: is that it happens to everyone, and I eventually found out.
I don't think it happens to everyone.
They get sold oregano.
Yeah, but I didn't smoke weed till I was like 17.
Yeah, I mean, I started young. You know. So, so I bought, I was buying oregano for a while, and I was smoking, and of course you get high through this placebo effect, and of course this is the first time you're smoking anything, so you're getting lightheaded in the first place.
Right.
So you're like, I'm definitely high, you know, even though you're not.
Yeah.
And then, I would go into like pizza restaurants, and I'm like, yo, they smoke weed here. I could tell they smoke weed here. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then I was like, man, I think they got some weed in the sauce.
Right.
No. But yeah, and then I kind of realized it was oregano. But then after that, I got a real drug dealer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
So and then my parents were proud.
Yeah.
They were like, "Real weed, son, I'm proud."
Yeah, exactly. They're like, finally.
Yeah. It's like, oh, my son, I'm so disappointed in him. His coke is so stomped on. He's got no idea. You know.
He told me it was fish scale.
Yeah.
And they laugh and laugh. They're like, we gotta send him to a therapist or something. I don't know how you fix a kid who's getting ripped off. You take him to like a.
It's just an unfortunate
after-school
thing.
lessons with like a thug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching The Sopranos again. You know, and
how far are you?
Well, I just finished The Sopranos I don't know. I just finished the whole thing.
You and your girlfriend. How long did that take? That took like 2 months.
3 months.
That's how many episodes is it?
It is 74 episodes.
So you watched 74 hours in 3 months, 24 hours a month, for 6 hours a week. Okay, 6 episodes a week.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's a lot.
It was a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do stuff together. You watch. It's like at night. It's like a couple episodes at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Did you like it?
Yeah, of course. It's the genius show. You know? And of course, she has me to narrate the whole fucking thing afterwards. I don't spoil anything. I don't talk during the show.
That's Tony.
Yeah. Not the plot, but just like the underlying themes and stuff. So, anyway, what was I talking about? I just finished it.
What are your narrations?
And I was like,
what do you have to add?
Just pointing things out of how things are tied in with the theme of the show, or just kind of like doing the metaphors, or just talk, we talk about what's cool about the show and all the work they put into it, and how the writing is kind of perfect, and how the plot points mirror each other and stuff like that. You know? Anyway, we were talking about Anthony Jr. was like such a great character because it's Tony not being able to handle that his son is just incompetent.
Yeah.
Like, you got this super duper fucking alpha guy.
Yeah.
Who is just, not only does he never get ripped off.
Right.
But he's the guy who rips off. He's a predator.
Yeah.
And his son is such prey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a lion giving birth to like a fucking like baby deer. You're like, fuck, I eat these and now I have to love this.
Yeah.
You know? It's so funny that he's such a loser in that show. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? Predators, prey.
I don't know. You brought it up. You're just talking about like getting an education in street smarts. So what, you feel like you would watch The Sopranos and not get ripped off buying oregano?
What? No, I'm just saying like Anthony Jr. is the type of person who would buy oregano.
All right, fair.
And then you eventually learn, but I still get ripped off.
Did you hear that OnlyFans is no longer selling pornography?
Starting in October.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, we know a bunch of people who this affects personally.
Yeah.
And I really mean, like, there were like maybe 4 or 5 people in my head.
Yeah.
That is like, oh, what is this person going to do? It's like I read the newspaper and it's like, oh, my friend's getting fired in 2 months.
My friend's getting laid off.
Yeah. It's basically like you can't do this, anything. Like,
I'll tell you what's going to happen. You ready?
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen.
You're going to start your own site, OnlyFans.
Only Santiago.
Yeah.
0 subscribers.
Yeah.
So weird. So do you know why they got shut down?
Because they can't get advertising.
No. It's because payment processors won't work with them because it's sex work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Visa?
Yeah, exactly. Like
how are you paying?
What do you mean? How do you pay? I'm not on.
Okay, so how does one pay?
You pay with a credit card, but like credit card companies don't want to work with that industry for whatever reason.
Yeah, but are the credit card companies like now after all this time being like we're going to stop processing?
I think that's my understanding is it was pressure from payment companies.
Okay.
But anyways, Edward Snowden tweeted Bitcoin fixes this, and all the crypto enthusiasts are saying like that's why you got to make a Bitcoin backed service, because then you're cutting out a middleman that can put the brakes on the system.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen is a cryptocurrency backed OnlyFans alternative is going to emerge, and then that'll be like one of the first like real world major use cases for for crypto and decentralized deregulated currencies, and I think whoever figures that out and gets in on it early is going to make a lot of money. So I've started messaging websites to see if I can invest in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me know what you find. I might jump in.
With what?
$1,000. What the fuck? What's so funny about that?
I don't think companies would talk to you for $1,000.
No, I'm saying you find it.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I'll definitely be able to buy some stock.
No, these are not like publicly traded companies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what company?
They might make tokens to raise money, and then you could buy the tokens, and then if the project works, then the tokens increase in value.
Meanwhile, it's like what these fucking large companies like Visa, like they actually give a shit about like.
Well, no, what
it's like your. Who cares about your image?
It's not about their image. It's like the government created laws that expose them to liability with like Sesta Fosta and other things like this.
Oh, I see.
So it's like actually, from my understanding of it, it's like the conservative legislation that they pass in Congress that then puts the liability on the shoulders of whoever fucking...
Sex workers are making money and they're not getting stabbed. We need to do something about this.
Sex workers are making money from
Bring
home.
back analog sex work where there's so much fucking danger.
Right. Yeah. It's wild.
I don't want prostitutes selling themselves in the safety of their own home.
Right.
I want them on the street where I can spit and yell at them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what was I gonna say? So I messaged one company and I started talking to the guy on. I'm starting chatting with the guy, and I was like, "Well, listen, I'm a developer. I'm interested in what you guys are working on. Let's talk more when you have time." It was like I'm based in New York.
We were like, "I'm developing."
Yeah.
You're like, "I want to work on OnlyFans." Yeah.
What do you mean?
Get it? You're developing like tits.
Oh,
it was a bad joke. I said a bad joke. Should we get a sound effect?
I've got a bad joke for you after this. Anyway, so I messaged the guy and I'm like, "Hey, I'm a developer. I'm based in New York." And he was like, "Oh, I went to Fordham, but I dropped out because I hated it." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Where are you now?" And he's like, "Southeast Asia." And I was like, "Of course, of course, that makes sense." Do you know what digital nomads are?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my guess is it's like digital nomads who are living for like next to nothing in Vietnam or Thailand or something.
I had a friend
trying to build a fucking Coinbase or like crypto backed OnlyFans alternative.
I have a couple engineering friends who like that's like they're out. They're like, man, a couple years I get enough money, I'll be able to just go to Vietnam and just work on my projects and become a billionaire from there.
That's a very sad life.
I know, it looks very sad.
It's sad because imagine how isolating it was to be an expat in Berlin. It's like go to a country where it's like you have even less of a hope of learning the language. You're even less integrated, and then just based on the way you look, you're just like gonna be an outsider forever.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd imagine that people like I make weird sex assumptions for guys that move to Vietnam.
Yeah, no, not Vietnam is actually not that good for prostitution. Thailand is much more.
Okay. Yeah, I look at that area of the world and I'm like, I'm moving there permanently. I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not even that. I mean, fucking we know comics like what's his name? Turner Sparks was in Hong Kong forever. Now Hong Kong is a little bit more.
Yeah, that's for different reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, but still,
he killed somebody. He had to leave. Yeah.
But still, people
he was on the run from the law.
A lot of people move to Asia because they can live for cheap, and then it's easier to get ass if you're like a foreigner, and people think they can get money or a visa out of you.
Wow, was that true?
Did you get more ass in fucking Berlin?
It was it's funny in retrospect.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have gotten more ass. Like there were times where I was just like, I don't know, I gotta go, and I was like, man, why did you just get laid that night, you fucking idiot?
Like what? Run me through one.
What there was, our mutual friend Dan Stern used to laugh and point in my face all the time.
When you fucked up girls trying to talk to you after a show or something?
Yeah, well, I would like girls would try and talk to me after the show, and like it would like start to work. It would start to like go in a direction of like this is your choice if you want it to be like a sex thing or just like a normal interaction.
Yeah.
And I would always just inappropriate joke myself out of
getting laid.
Yeah, getting laid.
Nice.
And he's like, "Why stop? You're not talking to your friend Alex right now. You're talking to a girl who could potentially like go home with you.
Yeah.
Stop like switch it. You switch it." He was like, he would come up to me and was like, "You're trying not to get laid, right?"
Yeah.
It's like are you seeing someone right now who you can't cheat on because you're openly, like fucking this up all the time.
Yeah.
And I would So like in retrospect, I was like, I should have gotten. I should have gone for it more, but it was easier. I found it was easier because I had a unique thing about me that was different.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in New York, what am I going to be like? Hey, I'm a narcissistic Jew from New Jersey.
Right.
How? Oh my God, what are the odds that I'm going to find you? Oh my God, I stepped over 8 guys just like you to get to the toilet right now. Like, please leave me alone.
Right,
you know?
Right.
There's just nothing special about me here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, in terms of like but
German women are like, "Ooh, tell me more about hanging out at the diner." I was like, "It's pretty cool, man. They refill the coffee.
Yeah,
man, the pancakes are big. They're like that big.
Like, the coffee, it's good, and you say it's the worst coffee you've had in your life.
Yeah, but as much of it as you want,
as much of it as you can fucking handle.
Yeah, just dump
until
sugar
your
on
teeth
it.
chatter.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Take me there.
Yeah, no, but people who move to Southeast Asia, I don't know, man. It's like, okay, if you have a project, if you think you can do it temporarily, and it's like, I have 20 grand, I'm gonna live there for 2 years while I work on this project, get it off the ground, and then go back to having some kind of life. But people who resign themselves to just being expats in Southeast Asia, where it's like, you're not gonna build a real community.
Yeah.
In the same way that it's, we had some kind of community based around comedy in Berlin, but like aside from that, it's very difficult as an expat to build actual community there. If you're involved with the program, if you're involved with a classical music scene, let's say, it might be easier.
Yeah.
But people who just move there, unless you fucking to party, and then unless you make friends with other partiers.
You're right. Yeah. I agree with that. I had a different in when I was there.
Right.
That I was going right into the university system as I was there.
Yeah.
So it was like everything was set up for me already.
Yeah, if you have schools, there's a lot of places like that.
You walk into a room and you know, like, okay, 4 or 5 of us are going to be close friends.
Right. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, if your plan is just to live that way indefinitely, it's almost like a fate worse than, I don't know what's worse, having a job in New York or fucking or like living some sort of like weird, secluded, isolated lifestyle in a.
This is what it felt like.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
It felt like purgatory.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta get out of purgatory.
Yeah.
And I'm either gonna go to heaven or
hell.
I'm gonna go to hell.
But anything beats purgatory.
But right now, I just know I'm in purgatory. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm looking at the statistics here. I'm like 98% sure I'm going to hell.
Right.
But I can't do purgatory.
Yeah.
And now I'm in hell.
Yeah. And now we're in hell, and we're like, we heard there's a secret passageway to heaven.
Yeah. Now it's through this barbershop.
Yeah. It's through a barbershop.
It's through this BYOB barbershop. That's cool with us.
Don't let it out of the bag yet.
Yeah. All right.
No, actually, you know what? By the time you see this episode, we're probably gonna have another barbershop show. So fucking that's it. I'm done. Are you done? Did you want to talk about something?
Should we do plugs now in case this is so bad that we can't use it?
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So we're gonna have a show probably next Saturday, the 28th. Is that the 28th?
Yes.
So if you see this, come to that. But otherwise, follow me. I'm at Santiago is Dead.
And I'm at Daniel Lewis Veza.
Yeah.
And you can find out about any shows we do in New York or anywhere else at Take It Outside Comedy on Instagram.
Go.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.